If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference and answer the call.
Well, hi there and welcome back to the show. This is another episode of the All Around Growth Podcast, a show that provides insight and tools to build the life and homestead of our dreams. My name is Rob Kaiser and I am your host. Today is Wednesday, February, March 30th, 2022. Lost track of my thoughts there for a moment, and that's not surprising because here in Northeast Ohio, it's easy to lose track of not only your thoughts, but the seasons as well. It was 70 degrees last weekend. It's going to be 70 degrees today, but we also received 3-4 inches of snow just a couple days ago. So there you have it. But today's show is a Wild Card Wednesday. We're going to mix it up and take updates from the Homestead right from the March newsletter. And this was put out just a few weeks ago, and hopefully we will be getting back on track with the delivery of the newsletter here in April, which is right around the corner, just a couple days from now. And if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, the easiest way that you can receive updates from the farm and homestead here is to go to meadowfarm.com, and up at the top bar there's it says newsletter, and you can subscribe to the newsletter right there, and also see links to all past episodes of the newsletter as well. So in March, here at the farm and homestead, we have more new markets and more growth and development. So what we do with the newsletters is we always provide a bit of context for the reader. And so we referenced a little bit of what was going on in February, and how Dad was able to get some work knocked out before the big snow, and how myself had received some soap making lessons with Mom and some kraut making lessons with Dad. And Mom actually wrote a blog post about that. And this is the growth and development, the increased growth and development that I'm talking about, is trying to enlist Mom with her writing, with her love of writing, and not only her love of writing, but her ability and desire to share and teach. And this is a good article about making soap, and she wrote about some of the differences between hot and cold process soaps. So if you want to get a basic understanding of soaps, you can check out yorkmeadowfarm.com/blog/making soap. And I will link to this and lots of other things that we talk about today in the show notes. We have also been attending the indoor farmers and makers market at Richardson Farms every Saturday, and that has been going on for well over a month now. This was an unusual winter in the fact that we had consistent, or almost consistent markets all throughout a 12-month period for the first time. And we are very grateful to the Richardson family for inviting us over. And also we are very grateful for our customer base for suggesting to them, hey, you guys, should bring over York Meadow Farm and bring over the kraut guy. I am beyond stoked to share that, and even more stoked to be a part of it with my old man and work together with him. And my mom as well. just simply working together with my family to build and develop that business and manage it, as part of how I build and develop my own. And that's going to be a big part of the legacy that I can ultimately develop in time, because I don't have a family of my own, but I can sure as hell help my parents manage what they have created, not only for us, but the grandkids and the future generations to come. So if I can be a big part of that by helping take care of things, then that is fantastic. So Richardson's Farms is just an awesome place. 6 generations of farming there. It's great to network with them. It's great to connect with them and all their customers. And if you're in Northeast Ohio, specifically Medina County, I would highly recommend checking out the Richardson Farms store. They have many local vendors carry their products inside their store, and the Richardsons has a huge selection of meats, pastas, sauces, salsas, even staples like olive oil, flour. So guys, it really is possible to shop locally and get almost everything you need locally. And moreover, working with the Richardsons is opening up my eyes to some of the possibilities for different streams of income for the farm and homestead as it grows and as it develops. So that is very cool. Real quick laundry list of some of the vendors that are currently working either at the market and or having products inside Richardson Farms store is Barkin Biscuits, Buckeye Country Creamery, Elderberry Syrup by Jen, Fresh to You Coffee, Krugel Farms, Parla Pierogies, Sherry's Classic Cuisine, Sips and Sweets, The Farm at Chatham-Lee, York Meadow Farm, and Sensational Organics. So in addition to everything that's going on with the indoor farmers market at Richardson's, we are still selling product through the online store at Yellow House Cheese. I'll link to that in the show notes. Very cool for anyone in the Northeast Ohio area with 4 different delivery drop points. Always excited to let people know that shopping online, at least in Northeast Ohio, is easy. It is becoming easier to get fresh, high quality, local and locally produced food, because that's what Yellow House Cheese does. They've got a pretty banger online store, and I'll link to that in the show notes. And I would encourage you to check this out, because if you are a producer yourself, shout out to some Hotep homies in Columbus, and you're not doing this, dude, think about it. I mean, I know it's been a long time since we've actually talked shop. Actually, not that long. Shout out to Drew, Capital City Greens in Columbus. I lost my train of thought there. But the online model is a great way to. Yeah, it's a great way to have people shop. It's a platform and a mechanism that they're already accustomed to, and it allows them to get product along with a service in a very convenient way, and quite frankly, it's awesome. So that's kind of what has been going on. We've always got some updates from Cody as well, a little Cody's Corner, where he is sharing some pictures and some stuff like that, and he grows and sells with Yellow House Cheese also. So you want to get some kraut, you want to get some produce grown here at York Meadow Farm by our friend and partner Cody, definitely check it out. So what's new on the farm? Well, a lot of the free time in February and early March was spent preparing for the upcoming season and learning different ways to scale up all of the products that we're making. Because with the new market, there's more exposure, there's more demand for the sauerkraut. And in addition to that, Mom was invited to begin selling at a local shop in Brunswick, just north of us. And that place is called Handmade Haven. So Mom has got another location where she's selling bath and body products, and that's pretty cool. So the reality is there is demand growing for all of our products across the board, and I am excited to help out and learn. But the lead in to the helping out and learning has been working on this commercial kitchen and cleaning and rearranging and doing all kinds of things in the barn to be able to make room for the shelving and also just get cleaning. So the final steps in February and March were the preparation for the upcoming inspection with the Ohio Department of Agriculture, or the ODA. And you know what? We passed it. You know, we installed some faucets, and you know, there's all kinds of pictures of Dad and my brother in the newsletter. So check that out. I'll link to the newsletter in the show notes as well. And yeah, guys, we passed the inspection, and either in the same week or maybe even on the same day, Dad was able to get with the Medina County Health Department and get the refrigerator inspected, which is a requirement for farmers markets. We've got to have a legitimate refrigerator for the kraut, and that has to be inspected in order for us to obtain a mobile license to be able to sell fermented products at the farmers market, which is kind of strange because fermentation was a food preservation method that was developed before refrigeration was even a technique. So technically speaking, properly prepared fermented provisions do not need the level of refrigeration that is required, but whether they're properly fermented or not, you can just have a straight up vinegar pickle, and as far as most people are concerned, a pickle is a pickle is a pickle, and there's no difference between our quality sauerkraut and that which you would buy in a bag and cook with your pork roast at the grocery store on New Year's Eve. And another conversation with Dad and some additional experiments that he has going with like some fermented mustard, which actually turned out pretty good. We had a discussion about labeling and branding, and rather than just calling it York Meadow Farm fermented mustard, you know, consider calling it something like Uncle Bob's old man, or, you know, Uncle Bob's crazy sauce, or, you know, a fermented mustard condiment sauce or something like that. You know, give some thought and consideration to the branding and the marketing. And you know what? Dad was excitedly down with that, and also just gave some thought to, you know, instead of the kraut guy, expanding it to York Meadow Farm fermented foods. And I like how he's thinking, because he's thinking of further diversification. And, you know, for where we are in the beginning, that is kind of awesome. And I'm excited to share that with you, and I'm excited to bring a Homestead update to you on this Wild Card Wednesday. So hopefully you enjoyed that episode. I know I did. I always enjoy sharing what we're doing on the farm and homestead with you, and I look forward to sharing so much more of that as years go on. And I'm even toying around with the idea of making a York Meadow Farm podcast, because this is enjoyable for me, and that would give me an opportunity to do something dedicated to the farm, to the homestead, and have a devoted content base just for interviews with mom and dad, interviews with Cody, talks specific to the farm and homestead. So let me know what you think about that in the group chat, t.me/allaroundgrowth, guys. That's it for today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Thursday, and have a wonderful and blessed day. This is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.
I'm an odd fellow. I'm an odd fellow. If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference and answer the call. We know the times are wasting every day, and we can help somebody along the way. People may think that it's odd that I believe in friendship and love. Truth is always the best way to the world that may seem odd. I'm an odd fellow. You're an odd fellow.